guys, I hope your week is going well. So yesterday I actually filmed for you all a video reviewing the Oat So Simple Water Cream by Krave Beauty. You guys have been asking for a review on this product. I accidentally deleted my intro and outro clips, so I thought I would pop on here and say, hey, how you doing? Anyways, so on Instagram, when I saw that Krave Beauty was coming out with their new Oat So Simple Water Cream Moisturizer, I was really excited. I mean, I have been dying to get my hands on this and give it a try for quite some time. As you know, I am a huge fan of oats and skincare. I have a whole video talking about the merits of colloidal oatmeal and skincare products. Colloidal oatmeal is rich in humectants. It's rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. It's incredibly soothing, and it has so many different active compounds that help in guiding skin barrier restoration. I mean, it's really an amazing ingredient. Not only that, but it also has its own little bit of natural, gentle detergent action. So it can help as a gentle skin cleanser as well. I mean, you will find it frequently in a lot of eczema skincare products. For example, like Aveeno is pretty much, all geared around colloidal oatmeal. And as somebody personally who grew up having eczema as a child, I used to take colloidal oatmeal baths. So it's a really great ingredient, very soothing on the skin, and can really help in helping the skin of people with eczema to heal. Has some natural antibacterial properties, so a great ingredient. So when I heard they were gonna come out with a moisturizer that featured oats as the key ingredient, I was like, oh heck yeah, really excited. So I got this a few weeks ago, and I've been trying it out for you guys, so I'll tell you what I think about it. But first up, let me just show you what it looks like. It comes in a jar packaging, and it really has a cute label. It kind of matches my shirt. It says Oat So Simple. And then it is jar packaging. I still get questions about jar packaging, and I'm fine with jar packaging from the standpoint of, it's got preservatives in it. In this case, the preservative is, I believe, ethyl hexylglycerin. Yeah, in this case, the preservative is ethyl hexylglycerin. Preservatives are added to this to prevent contamination, but I do hear you guys and not wanting to dip your fingers in things multiple times. So if you're not a fan of that, then you won't care for the jar packaging. But jar packaging is, from an environmental standpoint, a lot more sustainable if you think about it, because there are just fewer components that go into the packaging. So when you get it, it comes with a little lid. And this is where I always struggle with jar packaging, because you take this off and then this, I always end up dropping. But within this little topper, you have a little scoop. So you can use this to scoop things out. So it minimizes you having to put your fingers in there. So that's great. And when I first got this, I was pretty impressed with the consistency of it. It's a nice thick white cream. And it is intended to be used as a moisturizer on the face. And I was so elated by this because they're kind of lacking in a basic moisturizer in their lineup. I reviewed all of their products for you guys in past videos. But they've got a great sunscreen. They have a fantastic cleanser, and they're missing the third key piece of a skincare routine, and that is a basic moisturizer. They have the Great Barrier Relief, but I view that more as an emollient with some natural oils in it that can be helpful for restoring the skin barrier, but it's not really sufficiently moisturizing to be used as a winter moisturizer. So when I saw they were coming out with this, I was like, whoo-hoo, perfect timing with fall and everything. Because I thought this would be more of a everyday moisturizer. And looking at the ingredients, you guys, only 10 ingredients, no added fragrance, no dyes, and features oat extract. And as I said, oats are a great ingredient. Nothing else about it. So in other words, just on ingredients alone, I had reason to be elated by this, because there's nothing in this that is sensitizing or going to likely cause irritation for people. This is actually, just solely from ingredients, this is a very eczema-friendly product. So I've been trying it out, and spoiler alert, you guys, I'm a little let down. I know many of you out there are probably going to be upset with me for saying that, because I know a lot of you have been using it and loving it. From an ingredient standpoint, I can't say anything bad about it. But when I use it myself, I find that this is actually very drying. And I think it's because it doesn't have the trifecta of ingredients needed for a good moisturizer. It doesn't have, while it has emollients, it has squalane in it. I have a video talking about squalane, by the way. Squalane is a, a nice emollient. While it has squalane, and squalane can actually be occlusive, so I thought that might be enough. It has squalane, and it has humectants from the oats. It just is not sufficiently occlusive enough to really trap in water, I don't think. So when I put this on, felt great, felt like a fantastic moisturizer, but a few minutes later, the transepidermal water loss proceeded and my skin was so dry. It actually left a dry film behind on my skin. Like, it almost looked like I had seborrheic dermatitis, that kind of flaky stuff, that fine flaky stuff. I had that on my cheeks, anywhere where I had placed this. I had that. I used this as a standalone moisturizer to try it out, and it just does not hold up. Yeah, so if we go through the ingredients, the first ingredient is water, and then there's nothing kind of following it up closely to really hold that water in. There's no dimethicone in this. There's no shea butter. Next you have butylene glycol, caprylic, capric triglycerides. Squalene is mostly an emollient. Can be a little occlusive, but I'd really like to see dimethicone in there. I know people don't like silicones, and the ability to label something as silicone free, I think, is what they're going for here. But I think that this product would be well served by the use of a silicone, by dimethicone. For oily prone skin that needs a good moisturizer and doesn't tolerate oily, greasy things. And also for people with sensitive dry skin, dimethicone tends to be a really good ingredient in those situations. I got a little matcha in my throat, sorry. Yeah, I really would have liked, my preference is dimethicone, but if you want to go away from silicones, I would have at least liked to have seen shea butter in this. I think that would have really made this a more complete moisturizer to really lock that in, because this is my personal experience using this. I found that it really just led to dry skin for me. Because when I put this on, the water in this would just evaporate out right away. There was nothing holding on to it. In my video on oats, I've talked about how oats are rich in humectants, but if they're kind of diluted out in this, maybe they're not sufficiently abundant to really hold on to hydration there. And in the absence of a good occlusive set of ingredients, whatever humectant of the oats is just gonna be lost. That water that it's holding on to is just gonna be lost. So in other words, this really actually is more of a product that you might actually use for non-soap cleansing, I would say, if anything, to try and use it to break up dirt, oil, and whatnot on your face, because as I said, oats do have some natural gentle detergent property, but using it as a moisturizer is just, it's just not going to cut it, in my opinion, for the majority of you, whether you have oily skin, acne prone skin, rosacea prone skin, because the whole goal of moisturizing is to keep that hydration in your skin and to slow down and reduce transepidermal water loss. And I found with this product, it actually worsen transepidermal water loss for me. Now, I don't have any actual measurement of that other than dryness, notable dryness in my skin the next day. And it's an N of 1, meaning just me. I don't know anybody else who has used this personally. And so I just don't think, I'm really upset that it's not a full package of a moisturizer, because I really love Krave Beauty. I love the cleanser. I love the sunscreen. I really love the brand as a whole. I just think this moisturizer is not complete. I know a lot of you guys use this and probably like it a lot and are probably happy with it, in which case that's fantastic. The ingredients, there's no ingredient in this that's necessarily problematic or anything I would tell you guys, oh, avoid, avoid, avoid. So, if you're using it, comment below on how you have found it, if you like it, etc. but it's pretty expensive. So I can't in good faith tell you guys that, oh yeah, this is a great moisturizer, especially heading into winter. I would hate for you guys to buy it and find yourself where I found myself with this, not sufficiently moisturized. That's not gonna set you up for a good skin barrier this winter. So yeah, I hate to be negative about it. But you guys come here for honest reviews and genuine reviews. I was genuinely underwhelmed with the way it performed, and I don't think it is a complete moisturizer. Elated it's fragrance free, elated it's essential oil free, elated it's dye free. I mean, they left out all the garbage, that's for sure. They left out all the garbage, but it's not a full package in terms of what you need for a moisturizer. And from the standpoint of oats and skincare, I think you'd be better served to just do a simple colloidal oatmeal soak in the tub using colloidal oatmeal packets that you can get at the drugstore. They're super cheap. You'd get those benefits from the oats just doing a soak in the tub, and it's much less costly than this moisturizer. And it's also more environmentally friendly, if you will, because you eliminate packaging pretty much altogether aside from the little packet. You can even buy the colloidal oatmeal in bulk. So yeah, I really don't think it's worth the money and the price point. And I don't think it's a full package moisturizer. But each time I used it, I definitely felt an increase in transepidermal water loss and saw the notable effects of that, of dryness and flakiness and scaliness. And you guys, I live in a humid climate. Even though it's getting crisper here, it's humid. So if it happened to me, those of you in Colorado, Arizona, and other drier climates throughout the world, when you're gonna be cranking the heater up this winter, I just can't tell you in good faith that this is going to cut it for you and be worth the price. The Beach Shield is a great product. That's probably their best product and one that I love time and time again. So check out my reviews on their other products if you want to know more. I do really like the brand, and so it pains me to give some negative feedback about it, but you guys come here for honest reviews. So yeah, that's my review. Comment below on your experience using the product. I just found that I think the water content in it is just too high, and that ultimately evaporates out and leaves behind kind of this dry film and doesn't really allow for good trapping of water in the skin. I will list down below in the description box also the colloidal oatmeal packets, or colloidal oatmeal, if you guys are interested in giving that a whirl. And I'll also link my video down below where I talk about colloidal oatmeal and show you guys how to mix it up and make like a mask out of it. So I hope this video is helpful to you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.